Hello, my radiant and magnificent Leo souls, and welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom, your sacred space for illuminating the profound truths written in the stars and in our hearts. I am your guide, and if you have been led to this message, to this very video, at this specific moment in time, please know, with all the certainty of the sun that rises each morning, this is no accident. This is a divine appointment. Pause with me for a moment. Before we journey into the heart of this truth, I want you to find a place of stillness, even if it's just within your own mind. Take a deep, sovereign breath in, feeling your lungs expand with the golden light of your own power. Hold it, and now exhale slowly, releasing any noise, any doubt, any energy that is not your own. Let your royal shoulders relax. Allow your heart, that great blazing sun that warms your entire world, to simply be. Because the universe has orchestrated this meeting to deliver a message your soul has been waiting to hear. Leo, you already know, don't you? That person, that specific energy, their face just flashed through your mind the very instant you saw the title of this message. Your magnificent heart, that powerful drumbeat of truth, skipped for just a second. Your intuition, that divine inner compass that has never ever steered you wrong, just whispered a name into the throne room of your conscience. And if you are ready to honor that inner knowing, to finally bring the truth into the light, I want you to make a sacred pact with yourself right now. In the comments below, declare your readiness to the cosmos by typing, "I am ready to see the truth." See it as a seal upon your intention, a drawing of a sacred boundary of light. And if you haven't already subscribed to Cosmic Wisdom, so that we may continue to walk this path of awakening together. Now you are trying to dismiss it, aren't you? You're telling yourself it's just your pride, perhaps a touch of paranoia, or an insecurity you thought you had conquered. But let me speak to the king, the queen, the sovereign ruler within you right now. It is none of those things. It is your divine perception. The truth is, you have been picking up on the signals for weeks, maybe even months. You've noticed the small, dissonant chords in the symphony of their stories. You've felt the subtle shifts in their energy, those moments where the adulation felt hollow, where the smile was a performance, where a conversation felt less like a genuine connection and more like an audition. You, magnificent Leo, have recorded it all. You have a vast and detailed archive within your soul, but you have resisted connecting the dots because the final picture it would paint is an affront to your very nature. It feels like treason. You do not want to be right about this feeling. In your vast, generous heart, you would truly rather be wrong. You would rather believe that your mind is simply creating drama where none exists, because the alternative, that someone has been playing a role in the sacred theater of your life, is too devastating to comprehend. But that persistent feeling in your solar plexus, that subtle dimming of your own bright light, whenever you are in this person's presence, it continues to grow, doesn't it? And today, in this sacred moment, as you receive this message, it is time to stop pretending. It is time to stop offering your glorious warmth to a shadow. The mask is beginning to slip. You can feel it, can't you? That manufactured energy, that carefully curated persona this person wears like a costume, is becoming threadbare. It is becoming harder and harder for them to maintain in the brilliant, truthful glare of your own authentic light. And when it falls completely, and believe me, it will, you are going to see a side of them you never imagined. Prepare your heart, dear Leo, because the person you will discover is not just different from the one you thought you knew. They may be the complete and utter opposite. You see, you possess a gift that few can truly comprehend. Others are easily swayed by flattering words, by grand gestures, by a well-rehearsed performance of loyalty. But you, powerful soul, You perceive the truth on a vibrational level. You feel the authenticity, or the lack thereof, in your very bones. It is as if your heart is a sun, and you can instantly sense when a planet is not orbiting with genuine gravitational pull, but is merely a cardboard cutout trying to steal your warmth. You have an internal fakeness detector, a divine radar for loyalty that is always online. And lately that radar has been sounding a silent, persistent alarm regarding this one particular person. Do you remember that time a few weeks ago you left an interaction with them, and instead of feeling energized and seen as you should, you felt strangely depleted? It was as if you had just spent an hour in the presence of a black hole, something that was absorbing your light rather than reflecting it back to you with joy. You lightly brushed it off. You attributed it to a long day, to stress, to anything but the simple vibrational truth you were in the presence of someone who was performing, not connecting. Or what about that moment when you were sharing a vulnerable victory, something you were truly proud of? For a fleeting second, you saw a flicker in their eyes. It wasn't pure joy for you. It was something else, a strange glint of calculation, of assessment. It was as if they were not celebrating with you, but mentally gauging how your success could benefit them, how they could position themselves closer to your fire. You felt it. Your soul registered it. But your generous mind, your loving heart, made an excuse and let it go. Think of all the times you've asked a direct, heart-centered question and have received an answer that was a masterpiece of evasion. An answer that was full of beautiful words, flattering sentiments, yet somehow managed to completely sidestep the core of what you needed to know. How many times have you walked away from a conversation with this individual feeling more confused than seen, more placated than understood, even though they had said so much? Your body, your magnificent physical vessel, has been screaming the truth at you all along. That subtle tension that gathers in your royal shoulders when they are near. The way your jaw clenches without your conscious command. The way you might find yourself creating physical distance, a subconscious step back, as if your energy field is trying to protect its sovereignty. Your body's profound wisdom is desperately trying to shield you from a truth your noble heart is not yet ready to accept. The mask this person wears is a work of art. It is sophisticated, tailor-made, and almost imperceptible to the untrained eye. But not to you, Leo, not to the soul who is a connoisseur of all that is real, true, and comes from the heart. You have a natural ability to see through facades because you, more than any other sign, are the embodiment of authentic self-expression. You are not impressed by the performance. You are moved by the soul. You want to know what truly lies beneath all the layers of pretense, and what lies beneath this person's mask will likely shock you. It will not just be because it is different from what they have shown you, but because it is a complete inversion of it. Where you perceived loyal admiration, there is a hidden, calculated envy. Where you saw a kindred spirit celebrating your light, there is a secret desire to co-opt it. Where you believed you saw genuine, unconditional love, there is a carefully disguised self-interest. The reversal is so total, so absolute, that it will tempt you to question your own judgment, your own magnificent intuition. But this is the sacred truth you must hold on to. You are not fooled because you are naive or foolish. Oh no, magnificent soul. You are targeted because your starting point is trust. Your default setting is a generous belief in the goodness of others. You, as the ruler of your own world, assume that others operate with a similar code of honor, a similar level of integrity and heartfelt honesty. This spiritual generosity, this willingness to see the best in people and offer them the warmth of your light, is one of your most divine and beautiful qualities. It is your superpower. The tragedy is that there are souls in this world, souls dwelling in shadow, who see that radiant quality not as a gift to be cherished, but as a weakness to be exploited. This person saw your trusting, noble nature and made a decision. They decided to use your own light against you. They studied you. They observed your emotional blind spots, your deep need for unwavering loyalty, your most intimate vulnerabilities. And then they meticulously crafted a persona, a mask specifically designed to bypass your defenses and win a place in your inner court. Every word of praise was calculated. Every gesture of support was strategic. Every moment of shared vulnerability was for them a reconnaissance mission, an opportunity to gather more intelligence on how to keep you emotionally invested, how to keep you tethered to their narrative. The revelation that is coming will wound you in ways you may not expect. It's not just the sting of betrayal itself. It is the chilling realization that you were treated not as a sovereign being to be honored, but as a project to be managed, a target to be acquired, something to be conquered and controlled. Your trust was reframed in their mind as gullibility. Your unwavering loyalty was seen as a form of dependence. Your deep, profound love was viewed as a useful tool, a resource to get what they truly wanted. But here is the truth that will alchemize this pain and set you free, Leo. Listen closely. The agony you are about to feel is not a reflection of you being unworthy of true, authentic love. It is, in fact, undeniable proof that you are so incredibly valuable, so radiant, so powerful, that someone felt they had to construct an entire false identity just to gain access to your world. The problem was never ever that you are unworthy of authenticity. The problem is that you are so magnificent that you awakened the energetic greed of a soul who cannot generate their own light, their own warmth, their own value. They are a shadow, and they tried to steal the sun. The moment the mask finally falls will be sudden. It will be undeniable. It will not be a slow, gradual dawning where you have time to prepare yourself. No, it will be like the curtain in a theater suddenly being ripped away, exposing the frantic, shabby backstage reality that has been happening all along, just out of your sight. And in that moment of stark, brutal clarity, every single piece of the puzzle will slam into place. You will instantly recall dozens, if not hundreds, of small moments that felt off at the time, but now reveal a clear, undeniable pattern of manipulation. You will finally understand why certain conversations always left you feeling inexplicably guilty for things you never did. You will realize why you so often walked away from interactions with them, questioning your own perceptions, your own reality. You will see with breathtaking clarity how skillfully they deflected and changed the subject whenever you tried to get to the heart of an important matter. The person behind the mask is not just different from the one you knew, Leo. They are predatory. They identified your most beautiful radiant qualities, your generosity, your loyalty, your capacity to forgive, and they systematically turned them into weapons to be used against you. Your generosity was twisted into an expectation that you would always give more than you receive. Your profound loyalty was used as a guarantee that you wouldn't question their suspicious behavior. Your beautiful, expansive capacity for forgiveness was treated as a license for them to repeat the same dishonorable actions without consequence. And here is the most insidious, the most perverse part of this entire deception. They did all of this while simultaneously convincing you that you were the special one, that you shared a connection they had never experienced with anyone else. that you were building something rare, precious, and eternal together. Every single one of those statements was a lie, a carefully crafted line in a script designed to keep you emotionally invested while they extracted what they needed from your life, your light, your energy, your resources, your connections, your stability. You may even discover that many of the crises and dramas they brought to your door, seeking your counsel and support, were not entirely real. They were tests. They were emotional fire drills designed to see how far you would go, how much you would sacrifice to come to their rescue. Each time you went above and beyond, each time you marshaled your considerable resources to support them, they took a mental note: this works. I can count on this level of devotion for future manipulations. You weren't helping a soul in distress. You were unknowingly fueling a system of parasitic emotional exploitation. The mask began to crack for one simple reason: they became too greedy. Their ego became inflated by their success. They thought they could ask for more and more of your light without you ever noticing the pattern. They began to get lazy in their performance, assuming you were already so deeply invested that you would simply ignore the growing inconsistencies. And it was precisely this arrogance, this greed, that reawakened your powerful intuition. Your subconscious soul recognized that the dynamic had shifted. The requests had become demands. The gratitude had become fleeting and shallow. The reciprocity had vanished completely. You were giving everything and receiving hollow performances in return, and the imbalance became so great that it could no longer be ignored. And now we have arrived at this moment. The moment where the reality can no longer be hidden. The energy it takes for them to maintain the facade now outweighs the benefits they are extracting from you. They will have to choose between ending the exploitation or risking total exposure. And people like this, Leo, they never stop voluntarily. They always push the game to its absolute breaking point. The final discovery will likely come through an external source or a piece of evidence they failed to hide in time. It could be a conversation you accidentally overhear, a text message that reaches you by mistake, a third party, a loyal member of your true court who reveals something they did behind your back. Or it could simply be a moment where their mask slips so dramatically, so completely, that even they cannot pretend it didn't happen. When this occurs, you will feel a paradoxical and overwhelming mix of relief and devastation. Relief because your intuition, your inner sovereign, will finally be vindicated. You will have confirmation of what your heart has been screaming at you for months. And devastation because you will finally have to confront the sheer scale and audacity of the lie you have been living within. It will feel like discovering that a whole wing of your beautiful castle was built upon a foundation of lies. But here is what you must know to navigate this storm. The pain you will feel is not about losing something real. It is the pain of mourning an illusion. It is the righteous anger of having invested your real golden energy into something that never truly existed outside of their performance and your hopeful heart. You are not losing a person, Leo. You are being liberated from an energetic prison you didn't even realize you were in. The real version of this person never truly loved you. They never truly valued you. They never saw you as a whole, magnificent human being. To them, you were always a function, a source. You provided attention, validation, resources, or emotional stability. And when you stop fulfilling that function, or when they find a new, shinier source, you become disposable in their eyes. Leo, you are about to walk through one of the hardest, but also one of the most profoundly liberating lessons of your entire life. You will learn in no uncertain terms that not everyone who basks in your light is there to honor you. You will learn that some people are capable of building entire realities based on elaborate self-serving lies. But you will also learn something infinitely more important. You will learn that your ability to love with the force of the sun, to trust with the heart of a king, is not a weakness. It is a divine superpower that simply needs to be protected by stronger, clearer boundaries. You will learn that you can keep your magnificent heart wide open without leaving the keys to your kingdom unattended at the gate. You will learn the crucial difference between being loving and being naive. The fall of this mask will reveal not only who this person truly is, but who you truly are. It will reveal the depth of your inner strength, your incredible capacity to survive a profound betrayal, your phoenix-like ability to rebuild your kingdom on more solid, truthful foundations. It will prove to you beyond any doubt that you are far more resilient than you ever imagined. And when the dust settles, when the initial fire of pain gives way to the clear light of wisdom, you will look back on this entire experience and realize it was a gift in a very harsh disguise. It was a cosmic crash course in recognizing emotional red flags. It was a masterclass in how to protect your precious life-giving energy from those who do not deserve access to it. You will develop a newfound razor-sharp ability to distinguish true-hearted authenticity from a hollow performance. You will learn to trust your body's wisdom implicitly when it whispers that something is not right. You will create energetic filters that allow genuine loyal souls into your inner court while keeping the emotional predators and parasites outside the castle walls. The version of you that will emerge from this fire will be wiser, stronger, and far more discerning about where you invest your heart's gold. But you will not be more closed off. You will not become cynical. No, that is not the Leo way. You will be someone who loves just as fiercely, just as deeply, but with a profound new wisdom about who is truly worthy of that magnificent royal love. In the coming days, as you wait for the inevitable, I want you to simply observe. When you are in this person's presence, notice how you feel. Notice how your body reacts. Pay attention to those flashes of unexplained discomfort. Trust these sensations. They are your spiritual honor guard, preparing you for what is to come. And when the truth is finally revealed, remember this: you are not a victim. You are targeted. You are targeted by a soul dwelling in shadow who recognized your exceptional solar quality and decided to try and possess it through dishonest, parasitic means. The very fact that someone had to construct such an elaborate lie to get close to you is the ultimate testament to your immense worth, not a mark of your inadequacy. The mask is about to fall. The truth is about to rise. And you, magnificent Leo, are about to be set free. On the other side of this painful but necessary revelation lies a version of you who is stronger, wiser, and more powerfully enthroned in your own truth than ever before, still capable of loving with the full blazing force of your heart, but only with those who have proven they are worthy of your light. If this message has resonated in the deepest chambers of your heart, if that specific person's face has remained in your mind throughout this entire journey, that is your confirmation. It is your soul, validating what you have known all along. The mask is slipping, Leo. You can feel it. And when it falls away completely, you will finally understand that all of those strange feelings, all of those moments of unease were your divine defense system, warning you about a truth your generous heart wasn't yet ready to accept. Trust what is coming, but more importantly, trust what you already know. For the truth, like the sun, always finds its way into the light. Go forth and be brilliant.